AGIR Expert Talk series. Today we have with us Mela Garcia Perez. She's a business development manager at ICP AGIR Almeria from Gran Solar Group. She was part of the delegation from Almeria in Spain that participated in the pairing with Incheon. Good morning, Mela, and many thanks to be today with us.
Good morning, Raul. It's a pleasure for me to participate in this expert talk. And I think you want to do an introduction about the program.
Thank you very much. As many of our viewers know, my name is Raul Dausá. I'm the project manager of the ICP AGIR project, and I will be your host today. For those of you that have learned about this webinar online, I will explain a little bit of what is the ICP program, and then our guest speaker, Mela, will tell us how to design to produce green hydrogen in your own facilities in a circular economy. As usual, I encourage everyone to comment and to contribute by sharing the experiences or telling us if you have been able to use the knowledge that you will gain today. So this is a recorded conversation, but we are always happy to get some feedback from participating cities or any other interested party. To start with, let me briefly share my screen and summarize. I think I was not sharing the screen yet. Summarize what the international city partnerships are. They're acting for green and inclusive recovery. This is actually a project from the European Union, managed by the Directorate General for Regional and Urban Policy, DG Regio, of the European Commission. The objective of this project is to contribute to the improvement of quality of life in participating cities by promoting sustainable and integrated urban development through the identification of innovative policies and programs. The project consists of 14 different city partnerships between the EU and non-EU cities from Canada, South Africa, Singapore, South Korea, and Taiwan. And the areas of cooperation are three: inclusion of migrants and refugees, that's only related in Canada; circular economy and energy transition and air quality, this is connected for the Asian and the South African pairings. But now let's get into what the focus of today's presentation, green hydrogen. This is actually a very important topic for Almeria, which has plenty of solar resources, and I think that other cities in the program can benefit from this interesting experience. Let me thank again Mela Garcia Perez to volunteer today to explain us how ICE, which is a private company from Almeria, is tackling this challenge. I appreciate very much that you took the time to be with us today, and the floor is yours for the next 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. Thank you so much again, Raul, for this opportunity. Before starting with everything, I will give you a brief explanation about who is ICP AGIR Solar Energy and why we have decided to develop the green hydrogen project. ICP is an Spanish and consultancy engineering. We are based in Almeria and in Madrid with more than 15 years of experience. Our skills are focused in PV solar storage, and in the last 2 years, probably last 3 or 2 years, we have been focusing in the green hydrogen. We have developed projects in more than 25 countries with a total of 108 PV plants developed all over the world in the last time. ICP is aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations Global Plan. And before that, I would like to share with you a video where you can see briefly and clearly what is exactly what we are focusing in this project with the green hydrogen. Okay, give me a second.
Perfect.
And let me know if you can
share the audio, Mela.
I think it's here too, but
okay.
Let me know.
What is Ingenia Solar Energy? Ingenia Solar Energy, ISE, is a specialized Spanish engineering and consulting company based in Almeria that provides a full range of services for photovoltaic and energy storage projects, as well as green hydrogen solutions. ICE belongs to Grand Solar Group, founded in 2005, and provides turnkey consulting, design, and technical support. We develop photovoltaic and storage projects all over the world, from Europe to some of our key international markets, such as Australia, USA, LATAM, and Middle East. We have reached 4.5 megawatts of installed power capacity, and we have very positive growing expectations for the coming months. Our success is only possible thanks to a qualified team made up of 82 employees worldwide. In addition, we are committed to the development of local economy and employment in each project. Our experience in renewable energies has enabled us to become familiar with innovative solutions, such as green hydrogen. It is a key factor in the success of all decarbonization plans, being synonymous with zero environmental impact. As an integrator of solar energy and hydrogen, ICE is able to cover all the components of the green hydrogen value chain, from the supply of raw materials to the optimization. In this sense, we can provide all these services. Feasibility and prefactivity studies. We evaluate different alternatives to satisfy the needs of each client. Conceptual engineering. Preliminary design and optimal sizing of the equipment to cover the production needs. Basic and detail engineering. Technical advice. We accompany the client throughout the life of the project. Circular economy. We offer advice on the management of waste derived from electrolysis. Water resource assessment. Energy storage is another of the group's strong points. We offer resilient, profitable, long-lasting, scalable and easy-to-construct storage solutions to our clients. We have the capability to integrate both lithium-ion batteries and vanadium redox flow batteries, an innovative material with many advantages. In addition, thanks to our know-how and experience in the photovoltaic sector, we have the capacity to offer a wide range of services. A specialized service of technical support and consultancy. Concerning performance, we are qualified to offer these services. We manage with permitting, designing the project for the connection point request. We offer our customers design engineering, undertaking interconnection tasks, and carrying out civil engineering works. We also develop photovoltaic energy in sectors that are undergoing a significant energy transition, such as mining. Always aligned with sustainability and worried by the preservation of the planet, we offer our customers the possibility to calculate the carbon footprint of their activities, and to evaluate the reduction of CO2 and other greenhouse gas emissions. In the same line, we have registered our carbon footprint in the Spanish Minister of Ecological Transition and Demographic Challenge. And we are part of the United Nations Global Compact. Besides our commitment to sustainability, we ensure that all our projects are in compliance with the main international quality standards, such as Occupational Health and Safety Management System, Quality and Environment Management System, and Code of Conduct and Good Practices. If you are interested in green hydrogen or in any other of our activities, the experts in our offices in Spain, in Madrid and Almeria, will be delighted to help you in anything you need.
Well, I think you can share now the presentation. Basically, my main idea about showing you this in this introduction of this video is just to know what was the region that carried out to develop this green hydrogen project. Because here we are really compromised with the part related with the reduction of the carbon footprint and the circular economy. So because of that, we take advantages with our knowledge with PV solar project, with storage. system, because we have our own factory of batteries, would let us know how to build our own electrolyzer. And because of that, we decided to develop this prototype of project in our own facilities here in Almeria that was called like A2 IC green hydrogen. Okay, that's mainly this is the name of the project. The main objective of this project, of this initiative, is to use the sustainable electricity mobility with full cell vehicles by putting green hydrogen to power the vehicles and let them to circulate. In parallel, the production of this renewable hydrogen will be promoting the usage the PV solar energy and the water that is what we are taking for the rooftop of our own building and the captation of the environmental water using a special and special machine that is able to get the water during the night, the atmospheric water, and this is the captation of this water and is introduced and accumulate that water that we can use later after brief treatment or purification for the production of the green hydrogen. Let me explain that when you want to produce green hydrogen, what you need is just to split the molecule of the water into hydrogen and oxygen. The result of that is the oxygen is released to the atmosphere, and the hydrogen is used like a part of that the combustible that could be used for the mobility of this vehicle. Okay, the most relevant, if you want, you can change for the next slide. You can see our building, and you can see in the top of that we got the roof is absolutely flat that allow us to collect all the water for the flood water that we got during the night, and this is collected using different kind of filters, and it's accumulated and will be used later for the production of the hydrogen. The most relevant technical aspect of this our pilot program is the following: the PV product installed. If you don't mind, it would be better you to show the next slide, Raul. Yeah, because here we can see our facility of PV solar. Yeah, we have installed a total almost 20 kilowatts in a canopy, which is used strictly for the production of that green hydrogen, the energy required for the project. We got an environmental water generator capable of extracting the necessary water from the environmental to cover the production of hydrogen. And in this way, the installation was able to operate completely isolated from the supply of the network. Because it's important to know that we have created a prototype of production of green hydrogen completely isolated of the network. We don't need energy, it's isolated, and we don't need water. So this is an important thing, because we can replicate this facility and installation in any place. It's not required to have the possibility of the supply of water, of energy.
Mela, can I ask you something? Are these the offices in Madrid or in Almeria?
No, it's in Almeria. Okay, Almeria is in the southeast in Spain.
Yeah, thank you. Continue, please.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. The green hydrogen production is done with a block where is included the electrolyzer. It's an alkaline electrolyzer developed by our own firm, E22 Energy Storage Solutions, and the electrolyte is a hydrogen of potassium. What allowed us to transfer the water in hydrogen. And including in this part of the block of the creation of hydrogen, we got the compression, and the compressor is done in cascade because it was not possible to do in only one movement, and that's pressure that allowed to have the storage, the hydrogen with a pressure of 300. 500 and 1000 bar, what allows us to provide the hydrogen according to the needs, not only for the vehicle of the tourists, but also to the different track. The initial idea of the project is that the car used for the staff in IAC will be done with the green hydrogen vehicles, and the mobility will be completely clean with zero emission of GHG. Okay. The main
just to give that is where in this area
If you the next one you can see in the table if exactly everything is placed.
Exactly.
Okay, you can see the part in blue is the canopy where it's going to be installed the facility of the PV solar for the PV solar production with a total, as I told you, things what 20 kilowatts, and the other part is the hydrogen block when we got the electrolyzer, is an alkaline electrolyzer and the compressor block with a capacity for refueling tourist and truck, because the refueling of the truck and the refueling of the car, it's different depending on the pressure, but it's only a question of the pressure. It's not a complicated thing. And the part of the water will be coming for these, I think orange area is corresponding to our building will be based on the roof of the building, and with an innovative process, we are able to collect all the flood water coming that we have every day in the top of our roof because of the difference of temperature day and night. Okay. This project supposed a production of hydrogen totally isolated from the network in the point of energy and in the point of the water, and with a total of zero emission. I think I have told you that previously. This project not only contributes to the promotion of the use of green hydrogen for the mobility, but also provide the maturity of this new project and the possibility of the replication in different places. One of the main problems we are figure out in the new Green Deal Pact of the European Union for the developing of the green hydrogen like energy for the mobility, and that there is not enough power station in the different places. And one of the main difficulties we find when we try to develop this power station is that basically there is not supply of water or there is not supply of energy, of green energy, because for the production of the green hydrogen it's necessary to use a renewable energy for splitting the water molecules. This this project is a prototype that we are going to develop in the next 2 years here in our new building in Almeria. And will be 100% certified like absolutely renewable energy, and will be aligned completely with the sustainable development goals of the United Nations and the new politician of the Green Deal of the European Union. Basically, this project will allow us to refuel between 4 and 7 cars per day that will be used for our staff. And as you know, the mobility of a green hydrogen car is the same more or less that a conventional car. So we have the autonomy for 400 to 300 kilometers. This is one advantage if we compare with a battery electric car with using the battery. That's sometimes the problem with the mobility is the autonomy, and the speed that we can reach with this vehicle is more like a tourist, 100, 120 kilometers per hour. So there is no difference basically in the mobility of the car. As a result of the using of the hydrogen, the waste we can call the waste of our car will be water, absolutely uncontaminated and no pollution. And we are waiting for this process, and we are right now working with the town hall with the possibility of using a green hydrogen bus for the mobility of all the people working in this scientist park, because our building is based on a scientist park here in Almeria. It's separated from the main town about 15 kilometers. So what means that all the staff has to come here using the vehicle. Right now there is a conventional bus, but the possibility of using a green hydrogen bus means that the reduction of the carbon footprint will be high representative. Okay. I don't know if you want to know more detail about the detailed number of this project. Okay, about we have based on different KPA about the production, about I consider that will be important for you. We will be considering the level of degradation of the project, the useful life of that electrolyzer that we have developed by ourselves will be in an average of 10 years, but the PV facilities in 25, 30 years, so possibility, and the environmental capture of water has a useful life more or less of 15, 20 years, because it's dependent on the weather condition. So it could be change depend on the level of degradation that could suffer because we are close to the sea. But basically, as I told you, this project is easily replicated in any place, and could be used even in not only for a place where there are multiple cars. It could be used in a building with different, in a neighborhood, like a point of recharge of the different hydrogen car, because sometimes this is one of the problems you can find if you want to introduce this kind of mobility. Okay. Anyway, we are still testing. As I told you, this is a prototype we are going to be using in the next year. And one of the main problems we can find, not only the facility of this green hydrogen, but also there is not enough supply of hydrogen car right now here in, I think not only in Spain, but also in Europe. So probably we'll need to wait for the next 2 years for be able to have a hydrogen car and a commercial hydrogen car with a price available for the different people.
Yeah, I was checking now if you have like in the last slide you have some the contact. So if some of the viewers are interested in more detailed information, numbers, what's the carbon emissions that you have, for instance, offset, or I don't know if you have a calculation like that. Of course, they will always be able to contact you, because we are kind of coming to the end of the time that we have in the presentation. But I don't know if some of the questions I have for you, if you are over on the presentation, Mel, I don't know if you finished. That you mentioned the replicability. So do you think is this model something that can be scaled to bigger buildings, to bigger offices? It's ideal for a certain size. You can tell us, more about this.
Yeah, exactly. The idea of this model is it was developed in block that could be replicated by units. So probably if you replicate as bigger as it is, you can get more and more hydrogen. It means that you can supply a bigger number of vehicles. Okay, basically, and the facility of the PV solar is really easy. Even it means sometimes an advantage because you can create a shadow parking that everybody appreciates in the place where there is sand. This environmental water is something that is surrounding us, and every day we are losing because of that. We are speaking about the circular economy, because this water that we got in the roof of our building, or even surrounding us in the environmental, is get with using a technology that is able to condensate all that water, and we can use after that for the production of the hydrogen. Because one of the problems that we could consider, that we have considered, if we want to use this hydrogen, that we are requiring water, and in a place like Spain, not only the south, but all the country right now, we are suffering problems because it has not been a raining year. We have a problem with the supply of water, and it's something that's going to happen in the next year, not only in Spain, in all the Mediterranean countries, because of the problem with the climate. The possibility of have absolutely independent supply of water and energy will be a must in this kind of project, and you can replicate in multiple areas, in industrial area, here in the rural areas where we have the mobility of the different track. Because of that, we were focused not only for the supply of car, but also trucks for the mobility of the small industry, of the agricultural industries. That will be a must, because we'll get the reduction of the carbon footprint. And even in the neighborhoods, you have a building, it's easy to put or to place this block of green hydrogen production, and the different neighbors could have the benefit of refueling their car with that. And we are certified with zero emission. After doing the calculate the carbon footprint of the project, it had been reduced in more than an 85%. Is that a conventional? Because you have a facility and obviously you have a carbon footprint that, but the emissions are going to be zero, and they have been tested like zero.
And let me, I think that we finished the presentation, so I'll stop so the audience can see both of us. The other question I have is, will that also be replicable for a fleet of buses?
Yeah.
Or they will need a bigger installation or a specific one, not on roof, but maybe.
Basically, when you are considering a green hydrogen, you need to have a renewable energy and you need to have water and the electrolyzer, obviously, because it's the process that breaks that molecules. But for the renewable energy, you can have the PV solar, you can use the wind, you can have the biomass that's completely independent. You only need that renewable. But when you have the garage or the parking of all the fleet bus, there is enough free surface for using this PV solar panel. For the part related with the water, as bigger is that surface, you get more. But if you increase the size of the environmental water capture, you will get more water. So I can tell you that some of them have been using in Africa for supply water, drinkable water to different populations. Okay, in this case, not necessary to do this level of purification of the water. So the filter use are different, but the conceptual idea, how does it work, is going to be the same, right? And apart from that, we are using two technologies, because on the roof, we got the water and this is collected, and by using different filters, this is a storage in like a deposit. No, it's not. You have a tank where everything can be collected. It's not a tank. It's like the idea. It's a different filter where you got the water, and after that you can use it.
That's very interesting. Unfortunately, we want to limit this expert talks to 15, 20 minutes, and we will have to stop here. But of course, everyone has your contact details. Mela Garcia Perez, a real expert on all things related to hydrogen and green hydrogen. I remember you taught us the difference between the green hydrogen, the pink hydrogen,
the green, colors, yeah,
the gray hydrogen. So anyone that wants to know more about hydrogen, please contact Mela. And thank you for being with us today, and being also a representative of the private sector in these city partnerships, which I think is also very important. It gives a different context, a different push to this cooperation between the cities of, in this case, Almeria and Incheon. Thanks very much, and have a nice day.
It was
Mela.
A pleasure to see you again. I hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Perfect. Bye-bye.